Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We're in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you. So see you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. I'm going to the boxing tonight for AJ and what's that guy's name?
Dubois.
That's it. I knew it was going to be something that it's not like it doesn't sound the way it's spelled. So I was like, maybe a fucking try. The lads I'm going with are a rowdy bunch, and I'm slightly concerned they may get me into trouble. I've sent out a pre-warning in the group chat, and they told me not to be an idiot. Do you guys think I'm being silly overthinking it? Also, what's your opinion on who's going to win tonight? I haven't replied to that because I got it like an hour before the fight, so I was like, I'll just email later.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I think. Have I not done that before? I don't. Everyone does that, right? I don't want a mad one tonight, lads.
Oh yeah, I do it often. There's certain people I can go out with, and I'll say, like, because I know we can get out of hand when we're drinking together. Not necessarily like fighting anymore, but like just being loud and fucking over the top and getting way too wasted in a bar. And I'll say like it's only going to be a couple, and I'm going. Like I'll give like a pre-warning, but the boxing's a funny crowd, man. I said it when I went to the Tyson Fury fight. You got to be careful. You can't be being like too like Jack the Lad type of guy at a fucking boxing event because you're going to get beat up.
Yeah, because everyone's like
like that.
And fucking yeah.
Like
you just want to have a fight as well,
and they're beard up as well. So it's not a safe place to do it. So you have the right to be worried about doing it. Hopefully, because obviously that was like a couple of weeks ago now. Nothing went wrong and it all went well. But my prediction would have been pre-fight would have been AJ because obviously Dubois is a bit of a robot up until this point, but he done well. He nearly beat Usyk and he battered AJ. So.
See,
he deserves to be where he is.
After watching a few of like the Tyson Fury's fights, I just feel I don't know whether I trust the judgments. Like I don't. It just feels that lately, it feels very fixed.
Yeah, you're better off. One thing I've always said with boxing is you're better off getting a knockout because if you don't get a knockout, then if it goes to the judges, you're not going to get a fair result. Like when you watch the first Tyson Fury fight, yes, he got knocked the fuck out in the first Wilder fight, but he come back straight away and got up for the count. He won that fight other than that punch, but they made it a draw because he was knocked down that one time.
Yeah.
But really, if you were looking at the whole fight, he won that fight. But because he was in America and he'd taken on the champion, they fucking kept him going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't like. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. Like the boxers are in the matches, right? I wouldn't mess with them. I have no. I'm not saying anything about their ability to box. But I've watched a few games recently. A few fights, sorry, not games, and I just feel that they weren't right. Like they just no. Especially the Tyson, a couple of the Tyson ones, I was like, "There's no fucking way he won that. Like, not even a chance did he fucking get through that." So I don't know. I just feel I don't have a prediction for this fight because I don't even know it's happening. So, I probably would have said AJ only on the aspects that I know who he is. But then again, like all the time, like Fury's been calling out AJ, and then he fights someone out. Like it all just seems. Obviously, there is a process that everyone needs to go through, right? There's like, I get that, but I just feel in the moment when you're watching it, it's not. I don't know. And like you said, unless there's a knockout,
it's the only way to definitively do it.
Yeah,
like AJ in this last one with Dubois, he got knocked down every single round, every single time. So like he clearly wasn't up to the task.
Yeah.
Um, but when you watched AJ against who did he fight before? He fought Ngannou.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
he looked sharp as a fucking tack. So it's definitely how you are on the night.
Mm.
You also got to remember Ngannou's a fucking UFC fighter and not a boxer. And then you got Tyson Fury completely struggled with Ngannou, but then Tyson Fury got the better of Usyk in his fight, where AJ never got close to Usyk. So it is all how you match up against someone else.
Mm.
But what I hated about what I hate about boxing is if it goes to the count, it's the bias in the room that wins. It's never a fair win.
No.
I've never I've never looked at a count and at the end of a thing at the end of a 12 round bout and thought, oh yeah, that is the right way of going. And you know, there's always going to be a rematch as well,
Yeah. For
so it
sure.
takes away from it anyway. Like with Tyson and Usyk, they're fighting in December. If Tyson loses against Usyk for a second time and Usyk keeps all the belts, then we will see AJ versus Tyson because that will be their last draw for a big British fight for money.
Mm.
And then they'll send in Dubois to fight Usyk again for a second time because he's the only one that's still fighting on the win streak.
Yeah.
But that's all calculated between the promoters, and that they put people together. Like they would never have you would never have Tyson Fury fighting Dubois because he's too dangerous.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
That's
they
what I just
haven't
don't.
because they're both under Frank Warren because they're under the same fucking promoter. That's how corrupt it is.
That's what I mean. That's why I just feel. I don't know. And that last Tyson Fury and what was his name again? Usyk.
Dubois.
No, the other one.
Oh,
The one he
Usyk.
lost. Yeah. Like it was about like Tyson Fury needed to lose.
Yeah.
Like his last couple of fights were just a fucking horrendous mess. So it was about time. And then but then there's not even like well done. Like as soon as he won, there's all this stuff like, oh, he's doing this wrong. Oh, this wasn't a fair fight. Oh, this is. It's like, can't you just let him have the fucking win? Like, why is it got to be a fucking? Oh, he must be doing something wrong because he beat this sack of potato with arms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, there's just there's no sportsmanship or anything like that anymore. It's like, if you win, you're a piece of shit. If you lose, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah,
It's
I
like fucking.
think that's why UFC in a way is better than boxing because in UFC you can have losses on your record, but you can still be one of the top players in the division.
Mm,
Where in boxing, if you get 2, 3 losses on your record, you're almost like washed and
yeah,
done.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And you can see it in like the likes of AJ. It knocks their confidence so much that AJ hasn't been able to recover, and he keeps getting knocked out because he's been found out his mental health ain't right, and
mm,
that's it. As soon as he goes into a fight with a bad head, he loses it.
yeah. Um, like I said, I respect the fighters. I have nothing against. They train their fucking bollocks off, but I think the business is too much. There's too much money in the business side of it, and it takes away from the authentic fights and the way that it should be.
I think the person that lost that last Tyson Fury and Usyk fight, the person that lost that fight was John Fury. Being in his corner is the worst decision that Tyson Fury ever made because John Fury is a fucking idiot.
He makes me laugh though.
He doesn't. Really, he's good for TV, but he's a complete and utter tool.
He is, yeah. um, yeah, I don't have a problem with warning messages. I think they're a good thing to do for your own sort of like you've said it and you meant it sort of thing. Like if
Mm.
you went out and you were like, oh, I'm not gonna. If you didn't pre-warn them and you turned up and you were like, oh, I'm just gonna have a cup and I'm gonna go home, I'd be like, you're a dickhead, man. Like I've come out planning to have
Yeah,
a
because
full
people
night
have
here.
like a certain way planned in their head.
Yeah. So, but then again, guys are always going to be like, ah, you're fucking gay and stuff like that. If you have a pre, but which would you rather have it or not have it?
Mm.
It's about you, isn't it? It's you keep protecting yourself in that. So I never have a problem with it. I hope you had a good fight. Watch anyway.